The bottomless pit, Revelation chapter 9, with the sounding of the fifth and sixth trumpets, bring terrible affliction upon the inhabitants of the earth. With the earlier soundings only the natural world is afflicted, but when the fifth and sixth angels sound their trumpets, human beings are afflicted. The fifth angel's trumpet blast also brought about the opening of the bottomless pit, from which streamed forth a great army of locusts, like the smoke of a great furnace, completely obscuring the sunlight. These locusts immediately begin to attack all those of mankind who do not have the seal of God upon their foreheads. They were not allowed to kill men outright, but only to torture them for 5 months. However, when the sixth angel sounded his trumpet, other destructive forces were released, which are first called angels, but later on are designated as troops of cavalry, and by these a third of mankind was killed. The angel of the bottomless pit, whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon, means the destroyer. This is Satan. The angel of the bottomless pit is our outward senses, the carnal mind, or sinful flesh. Operating upon the brain, physical, it, indwelling sin, excites the propensities, and these set the intellect, mental, and sentiment, moral, to work. The propensities are blind, and so are the intellect and the sentiments in a purely natural state. When, therefore, the latter operate under the sole impulse of the propensities, the understanding is darkened through ignorance because of the blindness of the art. The art is the abode of many negative beliefs, fear in many forms, resentment, hatred, unhappy memories, and the like, and if these are set loose in the mind, they are likely to inflict torture and other sufferings. The locusts and scorpions represent our negative thoughts and feelings that suddenly seem to threaten to overwhelm us as we begin to grow in the one faith. At such times we arrive at a crisis point in growth. Either we try to forget our negative emotions and hope they go away and refuse to change, or we can fearlessly begin to implement change under the loving guidance of the Spirit of Christ. Our choice is clear. Live with our past hurt, guilt, resentment, and unresolved anger, and continue to suffer and stagnate, which is spiritual death, or release them with prayer. Bless those persons who were involved in the past experiences, and be gloriously raised up in Christ, which is the spiritual resurrection.